Hello, namaste friends. Uh, I'm showing you a picture here, and I hope you are able to see this picture. And just take a few seconds and think about the what you are actually thinking after looking a picture of this person. In our terms, as per uh, there is one topic in our CDL course. The topic is on the Piaget, and he has some what so concept like schema. And schema, there is also a thing that what we think about anything, the perception has been built, which which can be made by our past experiences, the knowledge we get from our microsystem, and any microsystem or anything we are interacting with consistently, like phone, social media, and such a thing. The picture you saw was a photo of my roommate's father. Actually, is in Dubai for one forum conference, and it's almost 3 months completed for coming here into the university. And it was our first day when I came. We have been allocated our separate rooms, and I came into the room. And later, after some time, my roommate came, and he was introducing me as his name is Abdullah, and he's from Kerala. And you just imagine if you are from North India or mostly from the Hindu background, just think what thing comes in your mind when you get to know that your roommate is from Muslim community and from the Kerala. This is why important I'm talking. Why it is I'm talking about this thing. You'll get to know. Uh, we know our cinemas, movies has so much impact on us. So many movies are something which really guides us about our life. Some are for entertainment, some are biopics, and some of we can call as propaganda movies as well. Before 2 3 years, I was in Pune, and I went to the theater and watched Kashmir File. And again, it was Kashmir File I seen earlier, and later before around 2 years back, there was one movie Kerala File something was name, and I was watching into the theater that movie. And after watching this movie, and how my perception changed within 2 hours after watching this movie about the surrounding people who was my friend in my school, in my neighbor, just because they are Muslim, I was thinking very negatively about it. And coming to the point, that has been several impact on our mind, and not only that, the society where I grown up from my childhood is a Hindu majority society, and not only majority, but the mix of elite class, mix of upper caste, and mostly other backward class. There are very few people who are SC and or ST, but very few, and even if they are SC ST, but they are progressive in terms of economy and financial background. So the place I come from has been dominated by the specific party, who is in power now. And the perception they build around us from our childhood, that if we see any person in that dari and that thing and that topi, I don't know what is actually it's called, but the what perception we build. And as soon my roommate was telling, he came and he was telling Abdullah, and that was not something I have to worry about and I have to think about negatively. But when he said his name is Abdullah and he's from Kerala, and the thing was reminding and coming into the mind that yeah, because I have some things I saw in the Kerala something name was of that movie, as most of the people call it propaganda, and I also call it propaganda because it was Supreme Court also gave verdict on that movie. That was a very exceptional case happened, that can happen anywhere. So what our schema has been built, what our perception has been built, and that is something we have to really think about. In our school, in our society, from our parents, means even I know when I was a child, around 9th 10th standard, it was one of my very close friend whom I was playing and going outside, and he's a very my immediate friend. You can call it, I call it, you can understand it as a buddy as well. He was my buddy. So sometimes my mother was telling that they are low cost people, don't allow them to come into the home. You can play outside, but don't do that. When I was in 9th, 10th standard same time. I actually read. I like to read books, and that time I read book of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, and I got so much inspiration about that. The personality he have and the contribution they made for the entire country, not only for the backward people, but the contribution he made through the constitution for the entire country. I kept his photo on my wall along with the other gods, and I know what type of criticism I faced from my family, and some of people was telling that they're lower caste person. Means other people was telling Ambedkar as a lower caste. The person who went into the four continents of the world, take a massive education. Maybe the people who was criticizing, no one from their family even had a single degree from their family, and they was criticizing that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. And I came from such a family, and after coming here, I was feeling like that. How can I survive for a year or 2 years with a person who is from Muslim background? Because it was something very shocking for me that time, and how schema has been built around me that. And as time was passing, now it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I got to realize that yeah, religion is personal thing. We should respect their religion. They should respect our religion. We should respect each other's religious belief practices, unless it's a yeah, we should respect that. And what our school is and society is showing us, telling us, teaching us, inculcating us through many things that the Muslim people are bad people, and the society I come from, that is actually told that indirectly, directly through various media. Even we see any channel in today's media, we see consistent some of the people has been targeting by the media and some specific community. So this is something we have to really think about that. We have been in the colonial regime of British. Okay, we had a history of colonialism, where the territory of our territory has been ruled by British. And if we see the national freedom struggle, there was, we can see Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, and such so many people has also so many people. We can remember the contribution of Sir Syed. Sir Syed, I don't remember actually full name of it. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. We know the example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Our country has been shaped by all these people, and the values we got from our constitution, the vision document of our nation, that what our forefathers, what our freedom fighters has been vision for our country, where we should actually be. They gave us principle of secularism. As though it was not in the original constitution, it came by 42nd Amendment explicitly in the preamble, but it was actually having that spirit of secularism in our constitution. And now, even after the independence, more than 78 or 79 years of independence, still we are thinking, having schema about specific community people, that these people are bad, these people are that. And yeah, I think we have to be away from that, and that is something real sense of education, good education, we can do that. The background I belong to the belongs from, there was specific different part of it's from our main course village. It was like Jugri Jopatpatti area, like slum area. There was mostly people, Muslim people was living. Child was like using bad words. There some boys was indulging in a bad crime. But and the schema has been made that yeah, people are doing wrong things. So our schema has been, our thinking has been made like that. These people are bad. It also gave us a practical angle that these people are bad. But we have to understand why this was happening. When I see the example of the student, most of the examples, most of the Muslim students from the Kerala, in many parts of the country, or from Jammu Kashmir, or many parts of the country, who are my really very good friends, what they are thinking about, they are thinking about their career, they are thinking about how to contribute in the country, they are thinking about yeah, how to contribute into the family. And I never thought that they are thinking anything against the country. And that is even, this is not something which I should talk that they are not thinking, because I'm not going to pass any judgment here, but they are also citizens as we are. And I think that is something we have to have a positive perception, and we have to rebuild our schema in a positive way that we should have, because this is something which is very negatively impacting on the child. And I have one example here. When I was in 9th, 10th standard in my school, I came from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Previously, it was known as Aurangabad of Maharashtra state. And there was one child in our class, and yeah, actually he was using that surma. Surma means in Marathi we call as kaza, black one. And yeah, most of the our peers was in a funny way calling him as a atankwadi, you know. And just think about that. The child who is coming to a school in 9, 10 standard, and some boys are calling him Atankwadi, Dahshatwadi, and the child has later dropped. He didn't came into the 10th standard. He was in the school till 9th standard, and he has been again and again criticizing. Some of peers are criticizing like Dahshatwadi. Where from these things comes in the child who is in 8, 9, 10 standard? So we was a student there in a school. Okay, and we majority of Hindu student, we have not born with that ideology. Our society shaped us, parents shaped us, or media we see that shaped us, and that student was the victim, and we also was the victim of propaganda, and the student was suffering through that, was our schoolmate. It was our moral obligation to help him, to be a part of his life and to be a part of his positive life. And the person has, the boy has always been said that, like chidate the like as Atankwadi. Just see that how much he suffered from that, and just think about his mind when he's 25, 24 years old, and what he has perception about the children was teasing him in a school. He definitely have a negative mindset of the people who is in here, and how Muslim Hindu people thinks against the Muslim, how Muslim boys are thinking about the Hindus. They suffered from. Actually, this is again we are socially reproducing through many various forms, and I think that that is something we have to really think about. That we have started with one picture, and yeah, I was saying that the person was the father of my roommate. He went to the Dubai for conference, and there was some business work and professional work was there. And just in looking at the picture of a person, we think so about something very negatively. That is something we have to work on. We know World Health Organization says about the health definition of health: physical, mental, and social well-being. Though we are looking healthy by physically, but we also have to be mentally and socially well-being, and that will not happen with the bias and that negative mindset we have about the citizens, majority of citizens, and the citizens who are really minority needs really needs something to grown up as a main part. So we also have to go together, and mental and social well-being also needed here along with physical well-being, and that is something I want to talk on. If you have any suggestion, if you have to say anything, if you have to comment, you can do it. Yeah, and yeah, thank you so much. Namaskar.